All right, afternoon, family. Today we've got Eric here with Suzy, and we decided to pull Eric in with Suzy. We can have a chat a little bit. Belgian Malinois, the favor of the month or the year. We've got them. They come for training all the time, and we brought Eric in today. Suzy is part of the family. We enjoy her. We enjoy Eric, and the success Eric has had with Suzy is quite. If I look at the functionality of the dog, and this is now a perfect example of even Eric, it's you, your wife, 2 kids. Ages of the 2 kids?
5 and 8.
5 and 8.
Yeah.
Now, when Eric says 5 and 8, you must remember that little 5-year-old is not a standard 5-year-old. That little 5-year-old is a busy 5-year-old. He's like his dad. He's like his dad. Exactly. He's a Belgian Malinois. So having a Belgian Malinois and adding another Belgian Malinois. The trick with dogs, and the reason why we decided to talk today with you, with Suzy, is that Suzy is not a dog that you raised where she's flat. It's Belgian Malinois. You're going to struggle to do it anyway. She was now in Muzzle 2. She was one of the dogs in the movie, and she's got a huge working capability. And the one thing we see with Belgian Malinois is people actually know they're clever. They watch a lot of YouTube videos on them. They do a lot with the dogs before the dogs eventually come to us. And then the frustration with the client is the dog doesn't want to sit still. I can't handle it anymore. It's too much. Then we always ask the clients, did you Google Belgian Malinois? Because we take that if people bring dogs into the house, we'll Google Belgian Malinois. Yeah, no, I know everything about the Belgian Malinois. How do you manage this sweetheart of yours in the house with your 2 kids, your wife? You don't do dogs, so you work different type of demographic job every day. So your dog does miss you. Yes. You with me? You only see her for what, 3 hours a day?
Mostly.
Well, he spends night times as well.
Yeah.
He's
he makes time. He makes time. Yes.
She does sometimes come to the office with me.
All right.
Also trained to do that. It's not just something that happens. But it's a big balance in between working and training versus what people think they see. So there's a lot of time that goes in not only to the obedience part, because they're fairly good with the obedience part. So that's what a lot of people see is the obedience gets picked up and it looks nice and they look like show ponies, but it's not functional.
Yeah.
So in a home environment, both my kids can work my dog. And it's a once a week thing that they do work my dog.
All right.
We'll do bite work, we'll do searches, we'll do everything. I'm usually the decoy. But they can handle the dog when they need to handle the dog. And the big thing I think is just that the energy level must be managed properly. I mean, you're not gonna train for a marathon and then expect someone to just quickly run 100 meters and be happy with it.
True.
So whatever you put in there, the dog is always going to want more.
That's what you're building.
Correct. Yeah. So once you get to that point, you have to keep it at that point. You can't sell something to the dog and then after 2 months of doing that, then the dog gets bored. I mean, they're smart. They're very smart. So it's easier to train, but it's difficult to upkeep.
Yeah. And when it comes to structures, we're very much based on helping people with high drive dogs. The lazy dogs somehow don't come around to us. It's all the high drive dogs that get in here. So when we always say structure helps, it takes anxiety out. Structure helps the dog to understand when to be calm. I take it in your house. You've really got to be on top of it. If your 5-year-old son decides he's going to play with his older brother and they want to play cowboys and crooks like all boys want to do.
Yeah, they do.
How do you got to tell Suzy, look here, no, you're part of this game, and then you're not part of the game because your kids are going to bring friends up.
That's the big thing and it's a difficult thing with guests. So obviously very ball driven.
Yeah.
So when guests come, she knows how to greet, but she will fetch a ball. To tell people not to engage is the most difficult part in training any dog, not just a Malinois. So when the kids play, I must say she joins on the trampoline sometimes and she does the ball play, but when they say no, it's no. So that's also a big reason why you have to have that engagement with the whole family.
Yeah.
Versus just you running the dog.
Mm.
So it's very important just also to remember that certain dog breeds are a specific type in terms of, is it one person's dog, is it a family dog?
Yep.
So the Mallies tend to latch on one person usually, but the structure is very important. She's created, and not just for if the dog is in the way. I mean, she goes into the crate herself if she feels overwhelmed. She wants to be calm.
Kids are a bit crazy.
Kids are going mad. She enjoyed the game for a bit, and then she can decide, listen. And that's a no touch zone.
Yeah.
So if she's in the crate, kids don't get close. They don't touch the crate. They don't call her.
So the whole the basis around it is that if you've got a dog like this in the family, the whole family needs to know what works for Suzy.
Correct.
And what Suzy needs at certain times. And then you also got that level of obedience where if you tell Suzy, hey, lie down, that's it, relax. Yeah. Then you get it. And then the dog is a pleasure. Because come on, you're not going to get better than that. If you look at your aspect of selling that high drive the whole time, like you said, now, we got a lot of people with Belgian Malinois, and the ball, like you said, now is a big attachment, but then the way they use the ball is actually the reason why they struggle, because it's like a border collie that just gets the ball, doesn't know what else to do. Yeah. So there's a time you give her the ball, and there's a time you take the ball away. It's not a thing of her just being in drive the whole time, losing herself, stimulating into something.
Especially on that, she has one ball that we properly play with.
All right.
That ball is in the cupboard or in the car, doesn't come out unless it's ball play time. And she has her 15-20 minutes of ball play time, which is loose play. I'd like to call it loose play, where it's just relaxing, we play, and she knows when that ball comes out, that's it. That's no structure, she's obviously still listening to me, but there's no work being done at that time. It's just relaxation. And then it's just standard obedience.
And I think also it's like now you're looking at it and saying, Belgium, how old is Suzy now again?
5. She's
5
just
years old.
turned 5, yeah.
So let's say she's 5. If you had to meet somebody today that's got a 12-week-old Belgian Malinois puppy, and they are excited they just got the Belgian Malinois puppy, and you got to give them one tip. You got to say to them, this is a great dog, but this is the one thing, please.
The one tip?
Yeah.
One tip.
You know what I mean? What would that be? I know I'm pushing, I'm asking
it's,
funny questions, but you know the breed.
It's
your type of breed.
It's actually more towards all dog training, actually, but specifically on a Mallee, if you're going to bring it into a house. You cannot speak 3 different languages in terms of one person allows this, the other person allows that, and another person allows this. If there's a structure that's set, that structure must be followed, because as soon as this dog figures out, I can get something from someone else or do something with someone else that's not in the structure, you don't have a structure anymore.
So if she finds the cracks in your... So this is a perfect example, we see it every day. Dad allows the dog on the couch. Mom doesn't want the dog on the couch. Every time they think it's a big joke, every time mom walks into the TV room, the dog jumps off the couch, and then when the mom walks out again, the dog jumps off. Yeah. With time, that crack or that dysfunction then grows because it's a clever dog. And then that's why everybody's got to be on the same page. You with me? Rules are rules.
Exactly. And that the nice thing about them is extremely smart, easy to train if you do it properly. But it's easy for them to figure stuff out. And once they figure out that they have the gap to do something, it's like I said, that it's not that just it falls out of that cut of structure that you had. The structure changes completely towards their own rule set.
Yeah, and if we work with breed-specific training, it sounds so funny. Belgian Malinois are overthinker. And if you're going to be saying sit the whole time, the dog eventually is going to go, I always sit like this, but what's going to happen if I sit like this? What's going to happen if I sit like this? And then the dog eventually, you get frustrated. You know what I mean? So it's knowing what to do, what is the next step. You with me, how to follow up on
It's
X, Y,
like
and Z.
having a smart child that always tests the limits. But once they realize what the limits are, it's good. but you have to keep it up. I mean, that's one thing as well, that you can't just leave them be. They are very quick to pick up that there's gaps in a yard. For instance, she started about a month ago. There's one corner in the yard where I can't see her if I'm sitting inside the house. And if I can't see her anywhere else, I know she's there doing something
busy
wrong.
around the corner. Around the corner.
So that's a big piece. If you pick it up, but you have to take care. I mean, don't walk your kids in the shopping mall parking lot and don't hold their hand and look out for cars coming. And it's the same concept. You have to make sure that you look out for the dog.
Belgian Malinois is one of maybe the best working dogs in the world. So when you take one of the best working dogs in the world and you put it in a household, Uncle Thaamir, we see it every day. You with me? So here it's literally a thing where Belgian Malinois, there was a time we didn't get so many. Now these days it's a lot more. And I think you obviously on the working side, you know this breed on the working side and the tolerations of what they can do. Confusion for them sets in where the owner almost doesn't expect anything from them. No, you with me? You're raising them like you would have raised another dog. And I think that's also where you help a lot of people with that clarity. You with me? With the dog, you are saying, I want more.
I mean, just for the viewers that don't know Suzy or Eric, I'm the one that does bite work with this.
That's why she's all up in his junk.
In case they missed it, the first time she came towards me, you'll see they both tried to call her off. For my safety.
I was being nice.
Yeah, they were looking after me. But so yes, we actually did do a bite work session yesterday. But just to show you the balance of the dog. So I'm the same person that acts as a decoy or bad guy, whatever you want to call it. And this dog did bite on me yesterday. However, today, it's a day later, I'm sitting next to the owner and I'm sitting next to the dog. Right? That balance is not something you achieve overnight. That balance is not something that you will achieve without the structure Eric was referring to. It would be impossible. Okay, because that's the mentality of the dog. Okay, so the clarity that we're seeing here today is a result of that structure. And yes, like Dusty says, it is probably one of the best working dogs in the world. Putting that dog with that mentality, energy level, and drive into a family environment, in a home, it is challenging. And it does require a completely different structured approach. One question I do have, and I know you did touch on it, and I'm asking it because I think it's important for the viewers. How important was that crate for you?
I would have given the dog away.
Okay. No, that answers my question. And the reason I asked that question, Eric, is because, you know what, yes, we have been getting a lot of Belgian Malinois come through the system in training here. And I have yet to find a successful case without the crate.
No, it's
So I thought I'd just ask someone that has the...
People can fight me on it. I'm telling you, it's not possible.
So you got a very good saying. I love it when Thaamir brought that saying out. I mean, every day.
Trouble here.
Not yet.
So let's say this is the Ferrari of the dogs in the working life. No? If you got a Ferrari, do you have a garage?
Yeah.
Because you don't get a Ferrari and you park it on the sidewalk or under the trees where the birds can shit on it. You literally have got to have the right tools in the garage, and the Ferrari goes together. And there it's that magic where this is a system where we've got people playing the wrong games with the Belgian Malinois. The dog naturally wants to go forward. You with me? We can say we can laugh the whole day long. The trick is the games you play with the dog is what the dog is going to learn. The way that you engage with the dog is the way the dog learns. She's like a computer. She picks up every small nuances of people. So that's why the balance is based around how you play with your dog. The balance is how you give the dog attention.
Yeah, and if I can just add, that's the one advantage I think Eric has is, besides the structure that you put in place, you're a dog guy. And I think for maybe some of the viewers that is Belgian Malinois owners, right? We use that example of the Ferrari now, okay? Yes, you don't park the Ferrari on the sidewalk, okay? You put it into the garage. But also at the same time, us as normal people...
You can't go from a bicycle to a Ferrari.
Exactly. So us as normal people, we need to learn how to drive that car. You know, everybody wants one, but I promise you, when you put your foot on the accelerator on the N1 and that thing goes to 300...
But you're not learning on YouTube.
Yeah, you can't, unfortunately.
That is not...
I try. So exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that, yes, it is the Ferrari of the dog world, okay? But it's important that the owners learn the skill to drive that car. It's very, very important.
Just also to touch on that is that I think there's also a major misconception that you have to be the most active person in the world to have a Mallee. Dogs love running. Dogs, you will never outrun a dog, ever. I've never seen a dog come from a jog with a human and be tired, and you're not going to outrun this dog.
So don't think your
physical activity
is going to balance it out.
It's not going to work because this dog will run 20 kilometers with you and afterwards sit and look at you and say, okay, what's next? And you're going to be dead for the rest of the day. And the dog is going to start figuring out there's nonsense coming because the dog can
and
play around.
She's a perfect case of the play is for the physical, the obedience is for the mind. The love is for the heart. If you're going to just do love heart, if you just work on the heart and you don't do the other two demographics, then you have an imbalance. You're going to have imbalance.
It's a talking point sometimes. People tell me I don't love my dog because everyone just wants to cuddle the dog.
Yeah.
She doesn't come into me and demand
attention
and pets and whatever. I'll decide, but you're on a thin line, you have to do it.
I don't have much of a choice at that. So
she's not wearing your suit. So I call her over, and if she does that she just comes out, I'll tell her, come back. No. And then when she lies down on the ground or in a crate and I hear her being calm, then I'll call her. But sometimes I don't do it just now when it happens. I'll wait 5 minutes, come back, and then I give her love. I mean, this dog is not loved, I can promise you that.
You wouldn't get this result.
But you cannot.
Free access, free access to everything.
Is not good.
With this breed, puts them that they'll jump a 2-meter wall to go after their owners. Because the free access is that I'm going to make a plan. And that's what we love about this breed. That's what training is just, everything that you put in front of the dog, they do. So Eric, well done. I'm very, very, Suzy is
not only me, it's also her and you guys.
Part of the family, she does well and I'm thank you for your time. No, really appreciate it, Suzy. There's no crazy stuff here today.
Not today.
No? Nice, easy
For
stuff.
the dog guys that's watching, they're gonna know she's been pulling me in.
I don't say it with wife, right?
She's just waiting for the knife to come out.